League's Final Four is in the Valley of the Sun. Welcome in, everybody. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. ESPN 620, 98.7 FM, HD-2. Also on the Arizona Sports app. So today we dive into what the Diamondbacks did last night as they have a spectacular first 5-6 innings, and then it goes to hell in a handbasket again when the bullpen comes in, and they were lucky to escape with the victory against Detroit. Manuch, how are you today?
I'm doing good, and to your point there, Jimmy B, if they can just stay away from the bullpen, right? And they're cruising along, they're up 8-0, and then that proverbial seventh inning raises its ugly head, and Ross comes in. Oh, he just gives up a mere 5 hits. How about 6 runs all earned through about 26, 27 pitches? And again, it's kind of like, well, Soroka's throwing the ball so well. Leave him in there. He goes 5 innings, only gave up 4 hits, 10 Ks. Very impressed with this young man.
Yes.
But he threw about 90 pitches, so the old pitch count. Ginkle comes in, kind of absolves himself from the other night. Does a good job, gets out the inning. And then
hell
breaks loose as Joe Ross comes in. And currently, just after they give it 6 runs there in that inning.
Yes.
His current ERA has in one game.
Okay.
32.40. Yeah, 32.40. Jimmy, I got to tell you, if this Diamondback team has a lead and the starters lead, because I thought the starters have pitched pretty good.
They have so far, yes, out of the gate, yes, they have.
So far, they've done pretty well. And if not for Ross coming in and just throwing meatballs right down Main Street, I think this Diamondback team wins going away. Now, Detroit's a good hitting team, don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, he was just grooving it in the game last night. And at some point, I don't know, after about the 4th or 5th run, you thought Torrey would have came out and got it. But I think he felt, well, we're up 8, we're up 3, we're up 2. Maybe it's time to make a move.
Yeah.
At that point, Thompson comes in and Morella comes in, and they pretty much shut the door. But, yeah, I think that this bullpen's going to be a mystery. It really is. And you're sitting there going, can you imagine that this team, here they are, they're up 8-0, all of a sudden the 7th inning hits, and this Tigers team comes back and wins this game on the home opener after being up 8-0? Say it ain't so. Fortunately, Vargas gets a little bit of a leeway run with the home run in that 7th inning and makes it 9-6, and the bullpen shuts it down the last 2 innings. You were sitting there going, no, this can't be happening.
It's a nightmare.
It is a nightmare. And tonight, we'll see Brandon Pfaadt get his first start of the season since Soroka has moved up. So Brandon Pfaadt takes him out against Mize tonight. So hopefully Brandon Pfaadt can cure a lot of the ills he had last year. And maybe he gets 5 innings, maybe 6 innings, and then turn over the bullpen.
Oh, God, don't no.
And again, Jimmy B, it's all righties.
I know. They do not have a lefty.
No lefties, so that's got to be hurting him, I would think, a little bit until they get a lefty that can suffice to come in there and do the job. So until Puck gets back, I just think that this team is going to be very short-handed that way. And with the righties on lefties, they're just going to have to grin and bear it until they get that one lefty. That's right, the one lefty in the bullpen.
One of the things that raised its ugly head last night on the home opener is obstructed views. Yes, you heard me. Now, when you go to the ballpark and you want to sit at the 300 level, and a lot of people love that first row. Manuch, I sat up there before. It's great. It's a great seat. You are totally in view of everything. Not anymore, because they put in the ribbon boards for advertising purposes, and now you cannot see home plate. And if you're in the 300 level, and even if you are in the front row of the press box, and you're working the game as a scribe or as a broadcaster, you cannot see home plate. There's been a lot made about this.
Yeah, and what you mentioned, they circle around the field completely. Yeah, those are put in the off-season to upgrade, the facilities, 30 years old, and you have a lot of advertising with those boards. They are digital boards.
Yes,
they are, to your point, ribbon boards. And Derek Hall, the president said, and CEO says, quote, we are well aware the view has changed for ticket holders in the first row. and are also not happy about it. I'm going to stop right there.
Okay.
So, when you guys had the new design and upgrades, you had to be aware that this was going to be it was going to block your view if you're in that front row, right?
You would think so.
Because I'm sure Derek and his design people have to approve that.
Yeah.
So you would have to know that. So I'm going to call BS on that.
Okay.
So continue on. Basically, he says we're well aware that viewers change it for ticket holders in the first row and are also not happy about it. Okay.
Yeah.
We are working closely with them to relocate to an acceptable location. It also goes on to say for some fans, the seats may be partially obstructed view, but I clearly understand they previously were not and apologize. We had a similar situation years ago on the suite level, and when we first built its ribbon. Well, I would have thought that they might have learned that lesson.
I
That
would
you
have.
know you're going to be blocking that view.
Yeah.
So if there's season ticket holders around there, I would have thought they would have been given the heads up prior to. Now they may have. I don't know. We'll try to track down Derek and get to the bottom of it and see what's going on. But and we're not happy either. Well, could you not have done it? Put ribbons somewhere else?
Why sell those seats then if they're obstructed? Why not just let them go?
So I'm not buying that completely. But you also mentioned some press box seats are so partially blocked.
They are. I can't wait to talk to Nick Piecoro. He's coming up here at the bottom of the hour.
So it means that D-backs had to relocate the game operations crew and run that school.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, we
Can't
can't
see
see.
home plate. Were they not aware of this prior to the game?
I think to be honest with you, partner, I think it caught them by surprise. I don't know how that can be, but for some reason, I believe that it has caught them by surprise.
Well, game ops should have said,
I wouldn't. Yeah.
And I'm sure Derek is great. Doesn't miss a beat.
No.
But this is on the Diamondbacks. This
Yeah.
is a foe
Yeah.
on the Diamondbacks that they should have known and given a heads up. Those didn't just go in yesterday, did they? They've been in there for a while, I
Yeah.
imagine.
Yeah.
For a couple of months. And I'm sure they've been tested and they've been run through their digital advertising. We call those dasher boards on the floor or the ribbons around over at the MMC.
Right. Ooh, listen to you. You got it right.
Well, hey, that's why I was called the MMC. The mortgage matchup.
There you go.
Just give me one play, I'll get it down. So then again, I'm sure a lot of fans are not happy. And Derek, you should have been given a big heads up on this part too.
Yeah, I just wouldn't sell those seats. That's my recommendation. If you have a construction issue, well, they can't.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you sell them for $10.
Well, and you have to stand to see the home plate.
Yeah.
You see that area. Now you can see what 10 feet in front of home plate and beyond, but I think you want to see the entire game.
You can't see the hit.
Yeah,
And what if there's a pop fly behind the home plate and you want to watch the catcher make the play?
Yeah,
You're not going to see it.
this is a bad mistake. Derek, and when you go do your 50 push-ups and 50 sit-ups, we'll track you down and say, how do you miss this?
Yeah.
How do you miss an opening day? Football. That should not happen. You imagine getting your seat going, hey, yo, Usher, I can't see 10 feet from home plate back. Because they're taking, oh no, they're installed. So, again, that's a major football for this Diamondbacks organization.
Tiger Woods, some of the things coming out about his other auto wreck that he had.
Roll over.
Yeah, he did roll it. He did roll that baby over. Yeah, he rolled it. And fortunately, he's okay. And so is the driver of the other car. That's the best of us. However, when police arrested him, and they found two, was it oxycodone pills?
Yeah, I thought a couple of oxycodone pills in his car.
Okay, so those are really strong. Really strong.
And you're not supposed to be driving.
No, when you take them. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, look, we all know he's had like 25 surgeries, and I'm sure that he hurts constantly. I'm sure he's in pain constantly. But you should know by now not to pop one of those things until you're at your house.
Yeah, what he was saying is that he was looking at his cell phone,
Yeah.
and changing the dial on the radio, but that's inexcusable because even if you do, why are you speeding up?
When you're distracted.
That's exactly. Well, but he's also speeding up past the guy with the trailer.
Yeah.
So basically, according to County Sheriff John Budensite, he said the breathalyzer test he had for alcohol was passed. He wouldn't submit a urine sample, but long story short, so they put him through sobriety exercises. He was found limping and stumbling to the right. He also said that he asked Woods if he was able to perform tasks as walking and lifting his legs. Woods advised his limp, which you know, and his ankle seizes while walking. So they basically said is they had him lean up against the patrol car. Yeah. They put him through more tests, and the officer running the test, he said he had the bloodshot eyes, tired-looking eyes, and he did not pass the DUI testing that they put him through. Their eyes, that's where they took him in, and they cited him for DUI. And he did admit, as you said, to the 2 pills in his left pocket. He said hydrocodone pills, left pants pocket for the affidavit. And basically, they put him through the paces and he did not have.
Yes, that's why.
So, you know, this story while I was on my phone, I was reaching for the radio.
Oh, it could have been.
I never look at my text when I'm driving.
Oh, I never.
And if I have a call, it's always hands free.
Yeah.
And I'm looking right, left, right, left.
Yeah.
But I'm never going to pass somebody and be messing with the radio at the same time. So nobody's buying the story. I'm not buying the story. And long story short, he was transported to Cleveland Clinic, New York South. He refused all medical treatment, and basically he was released on a $1,000 bond on Friday night. And as you can see, the late night videos coming out, the truck he was in, a lot of photos. Well, he looked tired and worn out. He looked like he was rode hard and hung up wet. He's coming in. What was that again? Rode hard and hung up wet. I got to read. That's a sound right there. You have to ride on the range all day. That's rode hard and hung up wet.
Get some help, Tiger.
So, okay.
Yeah.
So Woods from the PGA Tour has publicly commented on his arrests as of this week.
Right. Yeah, they have.
Woods said we need to gather more information.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. We have been advised of the situation. We're gathering more information.
Isn't that page 25 or 25 sentence 5 the rules and regs of the PGA Tour?
Hey everybody, it's our first segment. When we come back, it is indeed time for our replay. Rewind, we've got Diamondbacks, we've got Suns, we've got you covered. It is Roc and Manuch with Jimmy Bear, ESPN 620, 98.7 FM, HD-2, and on the Arizona Sports App.
Now open in North Scottsdale, it's the Orangedale Lounge. ODs, right off Thompson, Peak, and Bell, next to Batches. Your new favorite dive bar has arrived. Cold drafts, chill vibes, always affordable prices, and the OD Mug Club, the one-of-a-kind membership you won't find anywhere else. No frills, just great people, ice-cold drinks, and a bar that feels like it's always been there. Follow at OD Scottsdale and get the scoop at OrangeDaleLounge.com. Orangedale Lounge. Dive in and drink up.
Stay Cool delivers. From patios to warehouses, shops to summer events, Stay Cool's Slim Cool Elite and Cool Cube mobile air coolers deliver more air for less money. They're rust-free and backed by more than 40 years of experience keeping you cool. Available now online at Home Depot, Lowe's, and Tractor Supply. Shipped to the store or right to your door. Visit StayCool-Products.com. Slim Cool Elite and Cool Cube. Get yours today with free shipping and beat the heat.
Need to feed a crowd? Let Venencia's bring the flavor to your next event. We know you have a lot of options when feeding a large group. Ordering directly from Venencia's means you get the best service and the absolute best pricing. There's no per person fee. Just tell us how many people you need to feed, and we'll come up with a perfect plan to ensure everyone's well fed and happy. Grad party, office celebration, family reunion. Invite Venencia's to the table. Text catering to 411 24/7. That's catering to 411 247 or Venencias.com.
Hey, it's time to find that S-Series truck you want at a price you can't afford to miss because it is Ford Truck Month. Yep, and Ford Truck Month is about the only way that America's best-selling line of trucks for 49 years running gets better. Ford Truck Month at our Desert Ford dealers. Hey, Paul, out east here, and we wait all year for these amazing offers. The Ford F-150. America counts on it, and we get to drive it. And that's not all we get. Check out these savings. How about 0% APR for 60 months with zero down, zero payments for up to 90 days, plus $1,000 in truck month cash on a 2025 Ford F-150. We're talking on the job site, on the family camper, off-roading. F-150 trucks are icons of muscle and performance. And again, during Ford Truck Month, get 0% APR for 60 months with zero down, zero payments for up to 90 days, plus $1,000 in truck month cash on a 2025 Ford F-150. Put it all in March 31st. Just click buyfordnow.com.
How does that happen with Central Ford?
Now, it's time for a weekly rewind. The top sounds of the night and whatever Rock decides to add. Let's get to it in Replay Rewind with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on ESPN 620 and on FM at 98.7 HD-2. All right, everybody, welcome back in. We roll all the way until 4 o'clock today, right here on ESPN 620. The Suns, by the way, will be in action. They will play in beautiful Orlando tonight. You'll hear it on this world-class radio station. Dylan the Villain, yeah, is back. He is back. So we'll see how this team reacts. It should be fine. I didn't realize this team is 9-9 without Dylan the Villain. That's an incredible stat. Now, if they just behave themselves, because the season's over, we're going to be the ones that they're going to play in. They can't, how do they improve their situation? Right. Situation, yeah. So Dylan Brooks will be back tonight. You're anxious to see how he performs, how he blends in with the big three on the court at the same time. That brings us then to our State 48 Roofing Answer Call question of the day for a free roof inspection to keep your roof sexy. Just get in contact with State 48 Roofing. Here's the easiest way. Go online, state48roofing.com. Again, that's state48roofing.com. Or you can call 480-268-4509. 480-268-4509. Here's the question. What are realistic scoring expectations for Dylan Brooks' return to the Suns lineup tonight? Remember now, he's averaging almost 21 points a game. And you have 4 options. 1, then you should really outtake yourself here. Oh, no, I got to get credit for this is Connor. Connor is stepping out his last weekend. So he's finally doing work for him. He is awesome. Yesterday, today he's down. Well, yesterday, we never got to the answer call question there, but we get close to it. Yeah, Connor's on it. And at the big old Subway sandwich he had, which he didn't to everybody, he'd say, how about this one? And I tip my hat. Somebody else stepped up. Wow, look at you, man. Amazing. Are you good? Y'all good? I'm good. I was just wondering if we're ever going to get to replay rewind, fellas. Here are the 4 options. 1, 5 to 10 points. 2, 10 to 15 points. 3, 15 to 20. Or 4 over 21. Just go to Roc and Manuch on X. Okay, Connor's yelling at us, so we better get the replay rewind. Let us begin with the Diamondbacks last night. Soroka on the mound, top of the first inning.
This 2-2 pitch.
Swing and a miss. And the ball game starts with a strikeout for Soroka.
Ran the fastball right by him up to 95. And Soroka now a 4-seam thrower. Challenged him right in the middle of the zone and beat him. That's one thing he did well last year, was strike guys out.
Well, he's off to a great start, and before he exited the game, he was pitching excellent. Corbin Carroll, Manuch to me, the 2 most exciting plays in Major League Baseball. 1, inside the park home run, and 2, the triple.
3-2 for Verlander.
Swallowed at his barrel, out to right field, Carpenter back, it's over his head, Dylan hooks off the wall, Carroll rounding second, digging for third, Marte scores! 1-0 Diamondbacks! Well, that dude can run. Well, you know, it's interesting, that's one thing that the Diamondbacks are hoping to get back to the small ball. They're not going to run power per se, but they can run. Marte can run, Alec Thomas can run.
Corbin Carroll can definitely run.
Lawyer can run.
Corbin Carroll led the league in triple threats.
Yes.
So I would love to see this team add more speed to their lineup. And you're right, Waller can also run as well too. Vargas not bad, but Thomas and Carroll and Marte and Perdomo runs pretty good as well too. So it's nice to see this speed on those bases, but particularly in the outfield covering a lot of ground defensively.
And there's just nothing like watching him turn second base. And the fierceness that he has on his face heading into third, it's just so much fun to watch. Speaking of the long ball, 1-1, that's a high fly ball to deep right field. Carpenter going back. He is at the track. He is out of room. It is gone. Halfway over the cycle for Corbin Carroll. It's his first of the year. And it's 5-0 Diamondbacks in the bottom of the second.
His power D is low in the air, and that pitch was low in the air. And he basically broke that one out there. Nice to see that the handmade bone. We never did a handmade bone here, so there it is. Just spring training. But you know what? When that kid's on his own, and he really struggled the first 3 games against the Dodgers. Who doesn't? And but the triple, he crushed it. He barreled up on the home run, and that's his power. The guy's only 5'10", +7, but he's strong, really strong wrist. And when he gets in the groove, he just hope he stays in the groove because with his power and his speed, if he can continue, he'll be headed back to the All-Star game if he can continue.
Thank you to Arizona Sports 98.7 for the highlights and the sound that we are going to play for you right now. Here is Corbin Carroll after the game.
Yeah, felt really good. Especially after LA series just to come out and put along early.
It's interesting. You can always sense when a team is somewhat bound and determined to get it right. When you get swept in LA, your home opener, you're a little jacked up, juices are flowing against Detroit. I think that to a man, without them saying it to each other, that they were juiced, that they wanted to get on the board. I mean, it's a home opener. Big crowd. You get swept by the Dodgers. A lot of people will. And then your bullpen was embarrassing as the Dodgers. So you come out, you lay the tunes early on, and win this game going away.
Let's hear from the skipper right here on what a great offensive display it was.
Offensively, we just got to do a little. I was very curious about how this team was strong in the first 5 innings, and they addressed all my concerns. I thought the most powerful play of the entire night. You might think it was Corbin's home run or triple. I feel like we really made statements that hustle play that drove hard, and that's who we got. The punch is that good. We did hustle in the second base, trying to make the point. Those are real good. We were inches all over the place because we did them well. Specifically on Corbin, the home run, the triple, 4 RBIs, a great night for them. We're going to break out. And just like these, some of the answer on the questions for you guys. The power back, the world answer. Let's see if it's really big. Wally, a couple of hits, Reno all over the baseball.
And your point about the speed, Waller hustling in the second base. And that's what gets you. And nice to see Waller get off the snide. He's having a pretty good series so far, 2 for 3 last night. He's batting 300. Now, he was barely above the Mendoza line the last 2 or 3 years he was here. So it's nice to see him play on a constant basis.
I think his confidence level after the spring training that he had this season, I think it's through the roof. I think he finally, in his mind, believes that he does belong.
Well, also, you're playing day in, day out.
Yes.
You're playing deep day in, day out, and you're getting a chance to adjust, to make a mistake without you worry about getting pulled. So nice to see him out there in the field. That's a nice play, but that hustle play right there spurs that dugout.
All right, let's get to the Suns last night. Opening of a long road trip for the Phoenix Suns. Tonight they are in Orlando. They will play the Magic. But last night they were in Memphis and they ran the Memphis Grizzlies out of the building, but it really didn't take place until the fourth quarter.
Spencer gets it between the circles. Marty Couvier's out there on defense for the Suns. Now Jalen Green steps in front of a pass. Gets the steal, goes coast to coast for the jam time. Green elevating and throwing it down hard with the right hand this time. He leads all scorers with 17 on the night.
So, Manuch, this game was competitive until the fourth quarter.
I thought that was very interesting with nobody in the stands. Nobody. What was that, a Marlins game? And they finally we kicked it in, they get the 40 points in that fourth quarter. They just ran them out the gym, literally. Yeah. They took advantage of the 22 turnovers that the Grizz had. They hold them to 16 points. And it's interesting, you heard Devin Booker talk after the game. It's like, look, we had to get ourselves motivated because there's nobody there. This team is going nowhere fast. They are, air quotes, tanky. Yes. And there's guys on this Grizzlies roster. I haven't heard of maybe one guy through KG Jackson. I think I got heard of. You know, Cam Spencer or whoever. I mean, or Cedric Howard. Who? So he said we really had to kind of go through just in that huddle before the fourth quarter. You guys, let's go. And they're hanging around. Yeah. So they blew the doors off and got the 40 points in the fourth quarter.
It's interesting that you would reference Devin Booker.
And that'll be another turnover on the Grizzlies. Switching the other way. Booker's going to take it to the rim for the two-hand jam. It's Colin Gillespie found him on the outlet. Booker delivers in transition. He's got 29 on the night.
All right, so here is the aforementioned Devin Booker after the win by the Suns.
It was went for 26 minutes to get 36 points from the free throws. Did a great job of just mixing it on the was rim, deep in the paint, 3-point line, and obviously the range. Get all the going. And he just kept attacking, which is super helpful. Does such a good job of reading defenses. When they did collapse, he was able to straighten them out for high quality shots.
There you go, Jordan Hott, head coach, talking about Devin Booker in the game that he had last night. Once again, on this road trip, now back-to-back, they are in Orlando tonight. You'll hear that game later this afternoon here on ESPN 620. Today's replay rewind presented by Learn. Interact data check, just make one call, 602-977-1900, always at learnroad.com, and you get a free consultation. Once again, Learn, one call, that's all, 602-977-1900. When we come back, we'll do a little football and a little on this day. But right now, let us get you up to speed with a 620 ESPN Sports Center update.
It's now time for your Roc and Manuch with JB's ESPN 620 Sports Center update. I'm Matt Lazarus. The Arizona Diamondbacks picked up a win in their home opener last night, beating the Detroit Tigers 9-6, but the bullpen nearly let what was once an 8-run lead slip away late. They're back at it tonight at Chase Field, and first pitch is at 6:40 with pregame coverage starting at 6, right here on ESPN 620 AM and streaming live on the Arizona Sports app. Over on our sister station, 98.7 FM, the Suns are in Orlando to take on the Magic in the second night of a back-to-back. And good news for Phoenix, Dylan Brooks is set to return tonight after missing more than a month with a fractured hand. Tip-off of that one is at 4 with pregame coverage starting at 3. Here's your perfect national championship plan. Get to DraftKings at TPC Scottsdale early and catch us live from 1 to 4 p.m. Then don't move because the Natty kicks off right after. One great spot, one great day. We will see you there at DraftKings at TPC Scottsdale.
Game on Peoria. When it's time to eat big, drink cold, and watch every play, visit Big's American Bar and Grill in the 83 District. Big's is serving up huge portions of your favorites. Burgers, wings, nachos. Bar and TVs everywhere you look. Enjoy this happy hour Monday through Thursday, 3 to 6:30 p.m. with $2 off well drinks and $2 off domestic drafts. Plus daily specials all week long. Bring your friends, grab a seat on the patio, and settle in for the game. Big's American Bar and Grill, where Peoria comes to play, eat, and watch. The road to the championship ends Monday, April 6th, and the place to watch it is DraftKings at TPC Scottsdale with Roc and Manuch and Jimmy B on ESPN 620. Join us from 1 till 4 p.m. as we break down the matchup, the betting angles, and everything you need before tip-off of the big championship game. Cold drinks, big screens, and the best sports crowd in the valley. Come hang with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Live Monday at DraftKings at TPC Scottsdale. The championship game deserves a championship setting.
Join the team at All City Towing, Arizona's largest towing company and leader in roadside service. We're hiring dispatchers, call takers, lot attendants, drivers, and customer service pros ready to grow with us. You'll enjoy state-of-the-art equipment, consistent schedules, full health benefits, a strong 401k match, employer life insurance, and a monthly fuel allowance. Take your career to the next level. Apply today at allcitytowing.com. All City Towing, where your future is always moving forward.
Arizona's headquarters for Toyotas is Right Toyota. They rock for my friends at Right Toyota in Wisconsin. You will always find the right deal at Right Toyota. Right Toyota has been driving Arizona's home for years with their amazing service, pricing, and great selection. I encourage you to discover the difference at Right Toyota. Make the right choice, Right Toyota, just off the 101 on Franklin Road Boulevard, and always online at righttoyota.com. The right price, the right selection. Check out righttoyota.com.
Media is here, and there's only one place to catch every buzzer beater, every upset, every bracket buster. Twin Peaks. Watch all the action on wall-to-wall TVs with made-from-scratch favorites and the ultimate game day atmosphere. Featuring Michelob Ultra all tournament long, whether your bracket's still perfect or completely busted. Twin Peaks is your headquarters for the madness. Join us at any of the 5 Valley locations: Deer Valley, Phoenix, Glendale, Scottsdale, and Tempe. Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views.
Right here in our backyard, sellers trust AAA Auction to move their equipment, from excavators and ag equipment to trucks and specialty trailers. Our no-reserve online auctions help local sellers turn iron into opportunity. You get dedicated territory manager who knows your operation, your market, and your timeline, backed by nationwide buyer demand. Local service, national reach, real results. See why more sellers choose Purple Wave. Visit purplewave.com to get started today.
Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B want to take you back. A quick reflection on some of the more memorable moments in sports and pop culture. Now time for your Right Toyota on-the-street report. Right Toyota, right on the corner, right on the price. Right Toyota in Scottsdale.
All right, everybody, welcome back in. Hey, Nick Piecoro will be joining us roughly in about 10 minutes. We're going to get into the Diamondbacks' first win of the season that took place last night. But let's do a little on this day. All right, 1975 on this day, UCLA beats Kentucky 90-85 for its 10th NCAA basketball title under head coach John Wooden. Wooden finishes with a 620 and 147 career record after announcing his retirement 2 days early. Now, I remember this because I'm like, so, yeah, he was the icon of icon as far as coaches. But he wins that going away 92-85, going back to 1975. 1995 on
a little ways to go to make like a high-level impact to the next level. You can't just bully ball from the next level. But he's a heck of a college basketball player right now, and I think they just have all the pieces, man, and they do it really well. And I think Tommy Lloyd has done a really, really good job with that group, and not just roster construction, but just style of play that's conducive to what their personnel is.
Kyle Dodd is our guest on the Right Toyota guest line. This is the matchup that I'm really looking forward to watching. The two big 7-foot centers, both Euros. Mara on Michigan, Krivas, of course, for U of A. Could those two cancel each other out, and then the game is going to be won then by somebody else?
Yeah, I mean, I think those two, they're tough inside, a little bit different style. Mara's probably a little more skilled and likes to step out a little bit. Yeah, I mean, I think those guys will just go to battle. But I think for me, the key is going to be on the perimeter. I think if Burry has the type game that he's capable of, and then Jaden Bradley has an efficient game, which he's done all year, I just it's hard for me to see U of A losing. I think this is the year they get over the hump and get it done.
And then one thing you look at Michigan over the year, we talk about the size, the shooting, the athleticism. And I hate this a little bit yesterday. It seemed like Michigan seemed more athletic this tournament. Maybe they just are letting them play, letting them get it out. But it's like they hit another gear during this Elite Eight or during this tournament per se. Would you agree or disagree?
Yeah, I think so. I think they look the part of the team that can win the national championship. I think it's going to take the type effort that they've had a couple of games in this tournament. I've always said that if U of A was going to get knocked off, it's going to be a team that's making a bunch of threes. And we saw that in the first half with Purdue. Purdue was shooting the ball well and making threes, and that's where it's a little bit dangerous for Arizona because then they have to play the way they don't really want to play. But they were able to just kind of hang around, and then, like I said, just physically beat them down. But I think Michigan's going to have a high-volume three-point game to beat Arizona, and they look, like I said, they look the part of the national champion. I just don't see it happening though.
Okay, before we let you go, a ASU question. Randy Bennett gets into town. Poor guy gets ill, and he can't really do anything. Kyle, look, I was really looking forward to hearing from Randy Bennett. Have you had a chance to talk to him at all yet or not?
I have not. So he was in town quickly last week, and I was out of town with my son, and then I just kind of got the news, and man, what do they say sometimes? Like ASU stands for always something else,
Yeah.
It's just kind of a bizarre thing, but I mean, obviously I'm joking, but the number one thing is, hopefully that it's okay, and health-wise, everything's taken care of. He put out a statement yesterday saying he's going to be, just fine and be back to normal. So I'm not sure what the details are, but I know he'll be ready to roll. I do like a couple of the hires he's made already, some high-level basketball minds, and I'm hearing some good things about some possibilities of players coming here, and then even some guys that he maybe were retained. So I'm excited to see what he can do.
Always good, pal, when you're on the show with us. Thank you. Have a great day.
All right, guys.
There you go. That's Kyle Dodd, everybody, hanging out with us today as we're talking NCAA Final Four. Kyle's presented by DraftKings, the sportsbook right there at TPC in Scottsdale. By the way, we will be there on Monday night. That's it. This coming Monday, the NCAA Basketball Championship. We will broadcast live from DraftKings Sportsbook at TPC. That is Monday, April 6th. We'll be there with the show from 1 to 4. The joint's going to be jumping. It's going to be packed in there with all of the wagering that will take place. It's going to be a great time. So come on out, say hello to us at TPC Scottsdale. We'll be hanging out at DraftKings. All right, when we come back, a little random fact and some football at 50. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, ESPN 620.
Let me remind you, Thursdays are where the weekend starts at Twin Peaks Restaurant. Grab an ice cold Bud Light or a refreshing Michelob Ultra and catch wall-to-wall sports on massive TVs everywhere you look. Big games, cold beer, made from scratch food. Start your weekend early with Bud Light and Michelob Ultra. Thursdays at Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, and scenic views.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Almost 37 row. Treated an auto accident is traumatic. You need to call the best law firm that has the experience to get you the best result. Call 977-1900. That's 977-1900. Swing into Vans Golf Shops to get fit for the new Ping I-540 irons and G740 irons. The new Ping I-540 distance irons deliver more speed for more distance with stopping power. The G740 Super King improvement irons launch higher for more distance, more forgiveness, and more consistency. Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf. Trusted by golfers since 1963 and home to the legendary 90-day 100% satisfaction guarantee. Get there. Game on Peoria. When it's time to eat big, drink cold, and watch every play, make it Big's American Bar and Grill in the P83 district. Big's is serving up huge portions of your favorites. Burgers, wings, nachos, plus a full bar and TVs everywhere you look. And don't miss happy hour Monday through Thursday, 3 to 6:30 p.m. with $2 off well drinks and $2 off domestic drafts, plus daily specials all week long. Bring your friends, grab a seat on the patio, and settle in for the game. Big's American Bar and Grill, where Peoria comes to play, eat, and watch.
Hey everybody, Dan Bickley here. We all know how important the home court advantage can be in sports, and that's exactly what you'll get from my friends at Advanced Window Products. They are a local window and door manufacturer that sells directly to the public. They've got their own factory right here in the Valley, which means you get faster turnaround times, no middleman markups, and windows that are custom built for your home, not generic sizes, retrofitted on site. Now, most window companies are just resellers, not Advanced Window Products. They'll build your windows, install your windows, then guarantee them for life, and that installation is done by vetted, trained, full-time crews, not subcontractors. Their windows also engineered for Arizona's extreme climate, which lowers your energy bills year-round. And during their spring special, you can get $2,500 off the purchase of 10 or more windows. Give them a call at 480-764-2110. Find them online at advancedwindows.com.
Let's get back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B now on ESPN 620.
All right, here we go, everybody, all the way until 4 o'clock this afternoon. So it is time for a little random fact of the day.
Here's a couple things a lot of people didn't know.
Okay.
After Steve Carell left The Office, great series, by the way.
Yeah, it was.
James Gandolfini of The Sopranos was reportedly offered the role and turned it down. He'd be a hell of an office manager, wouldn't he? I mean, you screwed it up.
I got a few gumbles here that'll,
If you come to my office. The first successful electrical car in the U.S. was made by chemist William Morrison in 1890.
I drove it.
Yeah, I'm sure you did. Do the test drive. And if you always want to know where this saying came from, all you got to do is watch Jaws, because actor Roy Scheider improvised the famous Jaws quote. You're gonna need a bigger boat. Great movie, great line.
I'm telling you, that is one of the great improvisations ever in movie and film.
Okay, now be honest, you grew up in the Northwest.
I did.
Did you ever go in the ocean?
All the time.
Did you think twice after you watched that movie?
Yes. No question about it. Yes. So I only went then shallow to walk in. I did not go swimming in it anymore.
I was going to say, when we went snorkeling here and there in the ocean, my head was on a swivel. If I couldn't see more than 10 feet in front of me, not jumping in that water. So there's a couple random facts of the day.
Yeah, you're going to need a bigger boat. All always, football at 50, we bring it to you. It is presented by Victory Plumbing, Arizona. Hey, look, if you need a plumber, you call the team who does it right. It's Victory Plumbing, and they offer up front pricing before the work even begins, so there are no surprises later on. And when you mention Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, they will waive the service charge. Did you hear me out there? If you say our names, they will waive the service charge. You cannot go wrong. Book it now online, victoryplumbingarizona.com. Again, that's victoryplumbingarizona.com. Manuch, what do you got?
A little football at 50 here. I can't give you some of that love now. We got the owners, we got the general managers and coaches at the Biltmore, just up the street here, 24th Street in Camelback. There's going to be some rule changes in light of the replacement of referees. The owners are real disappointed in the verbiage that they're coming back with, that being the officials union. So they're going to have a few changes that they're going to modify this year. So the first set of Tuesday's approved changes would create a massive expansion of authority for the staffers in the league's officiating command center in New York City to allow them to consult with the on-field referee on a wide variety of called and uncalled penalties and other administrative procedures. Now, according to the verbiage in the rules, staff members in New York can alert a replacement referee facing clear and obvious evidence of an uncalled foul for roughing the passer, intentional grounding, or an act that would normally lead to disqualifications. Now, those staff members would also be permitted to alert replacement referees that a flag should have been thrown if there is clear and obvious video evidence that at least one element of the foul call is not present according to the verbiage. Now, fouls eligible for this alerts include twisting, pulling or turning the face mask. I can imagine. Yeah, how really. Miss that roughing the passer. Yeah. Roughing the passer, intentional grounding, horse collar tackles, illegal contact, or pass interference, and disqualifications. So, if you're an NFL fan or you like to gamble, you can be assured that these two rule changes, agreed upon today by the owners, and at least for now, it sounds as though the officials have conceded this for the replacement officials.
Right.
That looks like New York will have a say in whether that's a flag or not a flag.
Manuch, I mean, we saw what happened with replacement officials. They miss call after call. Could the game get stopped so many times that people are going, what the hell? Come on, let's play ball.
And that's the first thing I thought of when I read this.
Stop each other.
And this just came down about a couple hours ago. We'll catch up with Bob McManaman at 3:30. He'll have some of the other rule changes and things going on over there at the Biltmore. And that's my first thought was, okay, if there's some really egregious calls that are called or not called, what do? So I think what's going to happen here is you're going to have officiating back in New York on every game they're watching, and then they're going to start down. I'm glad that they limited it to pushing or turning things down. In the passion, potential grounding, that being said, you wonder how much work that will do.
I just thought of it. You know, I'm pretty old, so I don't want to lose it.
If you get it, we'll think about it.
Okay. What are they going to do if there is an offside and it's not called, and the team that is with the football scores a touchdown and is sacked, but there's an offside on the play and it takes them out of field goal range? What are they going to do? Are they going to, and it's not called, are they going to call the official and say, hey, you missed the offside, you're going to have to march off 5 yards, and that team on offense is going to have a chance to kick? What are they going to do?
So what I think what you're asking, is it at the discretion of New York?
Yes.
Or is it the discretion of those on the field? That's a good question. Jimmy,
Thank you.
Good question.
Yeah, amazing.
You know, I think calls like that are less egregious should be called. But yes, a great point. Guy gets jumps off side, call it. Quarterback gets sacked, take them out of field goal range.
Right.
I don't know if they'll be able to challenge that because you've got challenges, but some of the times the challenges will come into effect as well too.
Right.
Folks, this thing's going to be a mess.
Yeah.
I would just say, just settle with the officials. I know they're doing everything they can to try to make this right, but just settle with the officials who have all this minutia that's going to be going on with these games, especially early on in the season.
Wow, this is going to be a mess. Yeah, it really could be. Hey, hour number 3, when we come back, last night's D-backs game, they play the Tigers again tonight. Also, Bobby Mack coming up at the bottom of the hour at 3:30. We're going to really dive into some of this NFL, as Manuch likes to say, minutia. It is Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, ESPN 620, 98.7 FM HD-2, also on the Arizona Sports app.
Whether it's getting back on the court or back to everyday life, recovery takes the right team. At the Barrow Neuro Rehabilitation Center, that means a combination of world-class neurological specialists who share one mission: helping each patient reach their unique recovery goals. Nationally ranked in rehabilitation, Barrow Neurological Institute is dedicated to maximizing independence and quality of life for people with conditions of the brain and spine. It matters where you get your neurorehabilitation care. Learn more at barrowneuro.org.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore, and every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
Wolf here, and if neck or back pain is slowing you down, you need the team that the teams trust. Desert Institute for Spine Care. These guys are the undisputed leaders in minimally invasive and endoscopic spine surgery, recognized across Arizona and around the world for their expertise. They help me get back to life, and I believe they can do the same for you. So if you're having neck or back pain, go see my friends at DISC. Desert Institute for Spine Care, online at sciatica.com.
Another Arizona storm season's rolling through. Before the next big downpour hits, call State 48 Roofing for your free roof inspection. Whether it's cracked tiles, flat roofs, or old shingles, don't wait for leaks to show up. State 48 Roofing is Arizona's #1 referred roofer, trusted for over a decade in both residential and commercial roofing. Protect your home, protect your business with State 48 Roofing. Visit state48roofing.com or call 480-268-4509 today. Nobody does happy hour like Twin Peaks. Nobody. Whatever you're craving, we got it. Tequila cocktails, premium bourbon pours, and top shelf spirits served over ice balls that hit just right. Local craft beers and handcrafted whiskey cocktails, yep, all here. And with 5 Valley locations. And don't forget the teeth-chattering 29-degree drafts we're famous for. Pair it all with scratch kitchen bites that actually satisfy. From shareables to hearty favorites. When it comes to happy hour, Twin Peaks doesn't play. Twin Peaks eats, drinks, scenic views.
KTAR AM Phoenix, Arizona's home for the worldwide leader in sports. ESPN 620. And now, an on-air sports marketing presentation. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Now on ESPN 620, 98.7 FM HD2, and streaming live at ArizonaSports.com. The guys are powered by the law offices of Lerner and Rowe. In a wreck and need a check? Make one call, that's all. 602-977-1900. And now, on your ESPN station in Phoenix, ESPN 620, Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B.
All right, everybody, it is our final hour. don't stand up and applaud. We will be here until 4 o'clock. Yes,
That's not necessary.
yeah. See, there you go. Everybody's happy, including
He's getting a little
feisty.
froggy. You know, I always say, if you feel froggy, leak. He's kind of feel a little bit.
Yeah.
Nailing it. He's kind of taking some shots at us here and there. He's fella.
Yelled at us a couple of times. I get over it. We are going to hang out here until 4 o'clock. Look, they're playing baseball tonight at the Yard downtown. The Detroit Tigers in town. It is game 2 of the series. If you did not see last night's game, you were under a rock or something and didn't see any of the highlights, don't know who won. The Diamondbacks won the game. They got a splendid pitching performance, and they got great hitting from Piecoro, who tripled for an RBI. And they end up winning. As my esteemed colleague will tell you, he almost bust up his dinner when we got late into the game and the D-backs bullpen came in.
Yeah, Joe Ross comes in. I think he does a great job. First 5 innings, he gave up like 4 hits at the 10 Ks. Really sharp. I thought Piecoro came in and somewhat resurrected himself. I think he did a Dodgers series on a good inning. And then Joe Ross comes in, the last 2 thirds of the inning, they just started lighting up. He had 5 hits, give up 6 runs. Only had the 1 K. He had 26 pitches, and he doesn't have to entire inning. And you stop there and you watch, okay, you saw this and you see it. See a double, a single, another guy gets on, another double, another single, another double, and then they are. That being this Detroit Tigers team. And next thing you look up, it's 8-6. And you go, man, there's 2 more innings for this team to get back in Detroit. But lo and behold, Vargas comes up there in the bottom of that 7th inning, gets an insurance run. How about this, Jimmy B? An insurance run 9-6. Knowing that your bullpen, after Ross comes in and just really lays an egg, that you need an insurance run. Yeah, I can only imagine what that dugout's got to be thinking.
Oh, yeah.
I can only imagine I'm watching the game. Yep. Fans that are there, that bullpen, that dugout going, no, this can't be happening. Opening night, home opener, you're 8-zip. Mm-hmm. And don't tell me that the Tigers are going to come back and beat you, I don't know, maybe 10-9 or something like that. I for sure thought that this game was going to go probably be one of those games.
Hello, this is Connor with, I was just calling to see by chance if a piece that my wife and I did over the weekend was ready. They said that it would be ready by Tuesday. We just haven't heard from anybody.
Came in and kind of settled down. At that point, after Ross gave up the 5 hits, right, only 1 hit the next 3 innings, I should say, after that. So, bullpen comes alive.
Okay, I just wanted to double check. I appreciate that. All right, thank you.
Seawall closed pretty well. Yeah, I thought that for right now, I think Seawall's going to be that closing. I'm with you. But, all intents and purposes, nice to see Corbin Carroll get off the schneid. First inning gets a triple. Next inning gets a home run. And, that's kind of that spark that this Diamondback team is going to be. And as we said last year, Jimmy, if this team is going to have any kind of hopes of being in contention for anything, they're going to have to score a lot of runs.
I agree.
But I'm with you. But I will say this: the starting rotation so far in the amount of innings pitched, like it's 4 or 5. I'll say aside from Zach Gallen's 5th inning, right, where the Dodgers lit him up. They did. They've been pretty well. Yeah. They're going 5 innings, maybe 6 if that. Watch the pitch count.
And you still don't have Merrill Kelly, and no Corbin Burns.
Yeah. So Brandon Falk is on the bump tonight. Going against Mize. And have to see how this young man does after he struggled a little bit last year. So hopefully he get a good 5 innings seems to be the number for these guys in the starting rotation.
Set a reminder for today at 5 p.m. Miranda and I need to submit pictures for insurance.
And people, if you watch any of that Suns game, you're scratching your head going, who are these Grizzly players? Because everybody's hurt. Who are they? Yeah, who are they? because they're all hurt. So at any rate, the Grizz hung around for 3 quarters. Then in the 4th quarter, the Suns went to work and put them away. Okay, it wasn't pretty, but you will not be able to do that tonight, Manuch, because you're going to play a decent Orlando Magic team.
Yeah, and Dylan Brooks is back for tonight's game. I can really imagine, as far as I know, the only guys out are Highsmith, and there's one couple, Mark Williams.
He's still out.
Yeah, and then maybe one more, but I think pretty much all the
Hey, I was just touching base to see when you think you might be coming back. You know, I'm just worried that you're not going to find your stride here if you keep going off world all the time. Or you're not going to find your people.
Just take the next 2 games off until the play-in situation. So good. We just don't think that league is a league issue because it seems like he's off. He's off. If he's off, he's off. So we have to take some time. But right now, it's like Grayson out. Everything out. Williams, Hyson, and then Tucker did the Grayson out was not enough. If you look at the Suns team, they got the schedule and forward. They're not going to back-to-back. No play until Thursday in Charlotte. And then you got a couple days off in Chicago. And then Houston Dallas back-to-back. Those are games I don't think we'll see Grayson out playing. I think back-to-back is going to happen. And then the last 2 games in a week and a half, at LA, the Lakers, and at Oklahoma City. Those are going on. You would think that that's the team that most likely by now have solidified their spot, and they might be rested. Those are just going to be a short time. Yes. And then the Suns will just play their first round of the play-in situation. So I think that there's guys like this now, at least for now, that's got to rest a little bit longer.
For you guys.
We discussed when the accident happened that he was busted with DUI. Nothing to do with it. Once again, it was a combination of medication. And so he was arrested. He was arrested. Then they bailed, and he was home.
Take your pain away.
After his car slid over on its side, the driver of the car that he was pulling a trailer jumped out of his car and got on top of Tiger's car, got the door open, and got security. Get out of that vehicle, along apparently with a bystander who happened to be passing by at that time on a walk. So, the police, after researching, discovered medication. So, they saw this. How many years ago was it when we saw it? Was it about 4 years ago?
That's what I've been calling you.
Yeah. England had the little skirmish he backed out into. Well, yeah, but no, I'm just talking about, I don't want to relive that. I just want to, yeah, I know, but a couple of years back, he was asleep on the side of the road. And once again, it was the medication that got to him. And a lot of it, as a matter of fact. Yeah, there was, yes.
So, yes, the last round, let's see, the 2017 one, 2021, and this latest one.
Yeah.
What Tiger is saying, by the way, Tiger's pleaded not guilty to DUI charges. And he said he was adjusting the radio and texting at the same time, which he shouldn't be doing, because that road wasn't that wide. It was just a 2-lane road.
Yeah.
And when he tried to, and they said he was speeding by him and he flipped it. So there's the first part, the first issue. According to the sheriff's deputy, he said he observed several signs of impairment and the DUI investigation. As far as that was concerned, so he had blowing electrolyzed for alcohol.
Right.
Came back at negative 0.00.
Yep.
But he would not give him a urine sample or blood sample. So he did observe that being the deputy on the scene observed some incoherentness, if you will, made him do the test. He said to the wobble. Tyler said, hey, look, I lost my leg. I've got pain here and pain there. Long story short, he did not pass the DUI, I guess, exercise they put him through.
Right.
That's why they arrested him. They took him in. He got released. So this is another one of those situations where when you find the oxycodone, in your system. They didn't do the blood sample. I think they did before because they found like 3 or 4 different things in his system back then. So, it's just, they said when they took his sunglasses off, his eyes were bloodshot and glassy. He said the pupils were extremely dilated.
Yeah.
So they had cause to take him in and hold him. And they did ask him, did he take any prescription medication that morning? He said that I took a few. Would say he'd taken prescription pills earlier in the morning, according to that report. So it doesn't bode well, the report, the actions, and the testing for Tiger. The PGA and Tiger Woods camp have not had any kind of statement yet.
That is correct.
I think, as far as Tiger coming back to the Masters next week, I think that all bets are off, I would think, for now.
Mm-hmm.
And if Tiger's excuse was I was texting and I was trying to adjust the radio, when you've got signs of impairment, allegedly, according to this report, I would think that he'll be on hiatus for some time to try and get all this straightened out. Look, Tiger, if you've got some issues, Brock, go get some help.
Yeah.
Go see somebody. If you're addicted to these pain meds, maybe get off them. If you need them, maybe if you're going to take them, hire a driver. Get somebody that can drive you around. You're a billionaire.
Yeah, really.
So hire a driver. And here's my concern. Not only hurting himself, but hurting somebody else on the road.
That's the concern.
If there was somebody coming the other way, and he hit the back of that trailer and swerved into somebody, he could have hit him head on.
Yes.
So it's a matter of, Tiger, you got to be careful, not only for yourself, but other people in other cars coming your way. So I would highly recommend go get some help or go get somebody to drive you if you're still in pain, and you've got to take these prescription meds.
You made a good point there. He's very lucky that there wasn't another car coming the opposite direction.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a great point.
I mean, you think of I can go back to the rollover in California.
Yeah.
He missed the curve.
Yeah.
They said that he was speeding. He said maybe the sunlight. And he's lucky he's alive there. Almost lost his leg.
Right.
He talked about the one where he was also popped, where they got him out of the car and looked like he was half asleep.
Oh, yeah.
And then this one. So, Tyler's got to either get a driver, get some help, do something, or he's going to harm himself. Well, probably harm somebody else.
I'm with
Go
you.
get some help.
I'm with you on the driver
Go
issue.
get some help.
Yeah, I'm with you, Manuch. Look, I'm all for helping people, especially with what he has been through physically. Look, he's in pain 24/7, and I'm sure that he takes that to try to relieve some of that pain.
Man, I have a problem with that because they tell you, please do not operate a moving vehicle while under this medication.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I see it on the bottle right now.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it says.
Hey, owners, coaches, GMs, they're all hanging out at the swimming pool at the Biltmore.
Pina coladas without being banned.
Mike LaFleur, head coach of the Cardinals, he's there. You're going to hear from him coming up in our next segment. It is Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. ESPN 620, 98.7 FM HD2, and on the Arizona Sports app.
Let me remind you, Thursdays are where the weekend starts at Twin Peaks Restaurant. Grab an ice cold Bud Light or a refreshing Michelob Ultra and catch wall-to-wall sports on massive TVs everywhere you look. Big games, cold beer, made from scratch food. Start your weekend early with Bud Light and Michelob Ultra. Thursdays at Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, and scenic views.
Join the team at All City Towing, Arizona's largest towing company and leader in roadside service. We're hiring dispatchers, call takers, lot attendants, drivers, and customer service pros ready to grow with us. You'll enjoy state-of-the-art equipment, consistent schedules, full health benefits, a strong 401k match, employer life insurance, and a monthly fuel allowance. Take your career to the next level. Apply today at allcitytowing.com. All City Towing, where your future is always moving forward.
Bigger fields, bigger events, bigger experiences. Arizona Athletic Grounds. Arizona Athletic Grounds is a 275-acre sports and entertainment destination for athletes, fans, and families. Located in Mesa, AAG is one of the largest multi-sport complexes in the country, with over 475,000 square feet indoors and more than 150 fields and courts. From tournaments to training to cheer, dance, concerts, and corporate events, the Grounds does it all. Learn more at azgrounds.com.
Arizona's headquarters for Toyotas is Wright Toyota. Hey, Rock, from my friends at Wright Toyota in Scottsdale. You will always find the right deal at Wright Toyota. Wright Toyota has been driving Arizona's home for years with their amazing service, pricing, and great selection. I encourage you to discover the difference at Wright Toyota. Make the right choice with Wright Toyota, just off the 101 on Franklin Wright Boulevard, and always online at WrightToyota.com. The right price, the right selection. Check out WrightToyota.com.
Swing into Vans Golf Shops to get fit for the new Ping I-540 irons and G740 irons. The new Ping I-540 distance irons deliver more speed for more distance with stocking power. The G740 Super Thin Improvement irons launch higher for more distance, more forgiveness, and more consistency. Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf, trusted by golfers since 1963, and home to the legendary 90-day 100% satisfaction guarantee. Get there.
We get it. A meal shouldn't cost you nearly $20. And we agree. At Venezia's Pizzeria, lunch or dinner for under $10 is still a thing. And for an even sweeter deal, stop in and grab a Slice Rewards card. Get a stamp for every qualifying Slice special. And visits, one free qualifying special. Simple. And every Tuesday, we double your stamps. That's your free pizza twice as fast. Venezia's Pizzeria, a family tradition with great rewards.
Let's get back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B now on ESPN 620.
If you like pina coladas, well, that's what they're doing right now. Manuch, you ever go out there and then go out where? Out to the NFL meetings? You ever cover it as a journalist?
No, I never did because, we were doing the show at that time.
Right.
That's why I mean, think about that. I think we did, many years ago, we did a remote in the lobby there at the Billboard.
Okay.
Now we've gone out to the Yotes when they're here in town. We've had the commissioner on. Never did the NBA, but I can imagine, I think we did one time out there at the NFL. It's like shooting fish in a barrel. When we grab that GM or that head coach, they're there. But the thing is, they've got meetings going on all the time. Now, they allow themselves to the press, to be accessible to the press. They are. So you got owners, you got coaches, you got general managers. And I got to imagine there's week backdoor deals being discussed. Not that you can do any legal tampering for that, but it is a who's who. If you're going there, if you're a fan, they keep a lot of the fans outside, right? They won't let you inside unless you're staying there. But I can imagine those rooms are pretty much booked. And what a great facility to book on. Because they've refurbished it. It's gorgeous. It's nice. It's got that old feel to it. But it'd be fun to kind of track down some of these owners and say, what about this, this, and this? And about some of the other, how about some of the coaches? What are you thinking about this? Or some of the first-year coaches? We're going to have 25 first-year head coaches.
It feels like it. There's a lot of them.
10? Is it 10?
I believe it's close to 10. Yeah. Well, the reason I say that, because there's plenty of pictures of the coaches hanging out poolside online. So I was perusing some of those before we started this segment, and they're all enjoying the Valley of the Sun. And why not?
And they had their annual coaches picture.
Yes.
But Monken of the Browns, only coach to miss the picture.
He did.
He said it was earlier than he thought. So, hey, they're on vacation.
Yeah.
Todd Monken, head coach of the Browns, wasn't available. I don't think he was missed that much. Talk about the Browns.
This is some Browns.
It sounds like, and this came out today, that it sounds like he is, it's like Shador is going to be the guy for now, at the moment. Now, he's not going to discount Deshaun Watson either.
Right.
So, but it's not going to affect the reps that Shador gets during the OTAs, mini camps, all that this year. It sounds like they're going to give him the benefit of the doubt, but they're going to have Deshaun Watson. And then Dylan Gabriel, where he fits in, I don't know.
Yeah, really.
A lot of mixed messages.
That could be a trivia situation. Let us give you then some of the highlights from some of the coaches, and we will start with the Arizona Cardinals. You know, they got this new coach, this LaFleur guy, and they just unloaded their starting quarterback, Kyler Murray. Here is LaFleur right here on Kyler.
Like I said about Kyler, a lot of respect for him. Wish him the best. Did some good stuff here, but sometimes it's just I can change from both sides. So Kid, wish him the best. Never going to wish ill will on anybody. And then when you talk about the quarterback room we have right now, Jacoby and Gardner, you got a lot of guys that fit up, you know. And I've never worked with either one of them. I've known Gardner for a long time. I've known Jacoby for a long time. I've always felt like both in their own way would be good fits in the system. So it'll be fun to get working with them starting next week.
I think when I hear that, there was never any intention to keep counting.
I agree with you 100%.
The phrase, well, change is good for both sides.
Yeah.
That was the answer right there.
Yeah. See you.
And I think with the two veterans in the room, he feels comfortable. And quite frankly, if this Cardinal organization sees somebody in the third, fourth round somewhere there that they like as a quarterback to develop, that's got the skills that they're looking for, that could happen for Cardinal.
You talking about Carson Beck?
Beck or Nussmeier.
Okay, yeah, Nussmeier.
They're big, strong-arm guys.
Yeah, they are.
That we feel they can bring them in, develop them, just bring them
Today, it was reported that Ty Simpson and Carson Beck has some official visits with the one of the 30 visits with the Arizona Cardinals. So those are two quarterbacks that they are taking a look at.
Okay. Interesting. Well, look, it wouldn't shock me later. They're not going to take a QB at 3. We know they would. No.
I'd be shocked if they did. I'd be
hallelujah.
No, I just don't think. But he's going to interview with everybody.
Yeah.
Frankly.
Yeah.
Now I know for right now, Connor, you can check. I know he's going to work out for the Jets and meet with the Jets. And I don't have any other teams he can actually work out with. But I think the Jets. But Eric Bennett said today that hey, look, right now Geno Smith's our guy, right? Unless they have a change of heart, and that sounds like he's the guy no matter what.
Right.
So if they got Ty Simpson number 2, I would imagine they'd have him sit tight, learn under Geno, and then eventually work him.
More with the head coach of the Cardinals on the skill set of the QBs.
Well, the Jacoby one I just kind of said, I mean, he just looks the part back there, right? He's a big dude playing in the pocket. He's got the arm strength, obviously, goes down the field, looking underneath the game, he plays within the system, but also, it's falling apart when I get up and down. And then Gardner, I've always really appreciated his game because obviously he's not as big as Jacoby, but he can move around with his feet and he can get himself out of the pocket. He loves the day we signed him, he wanted all the information already.
Yeah, they're both very serviceable quarterbacks. Yeah, Jacoby for a second, I mean, did a good job. Ran the offense much better than Kyler did. And then Gardner Minshew is a journeyman quarterback.
Yes.
He can perform if you need him to. He's smart. He's athletic.
He's good for a couple of games. That's it.
Yeah, exactly. So if Brissett's your guy and Minshew is your backup, and as I mentioned earlier, if you look at somebody round 3 or round 4, whoever that is, then I would say take her, develop him. You can't go a full year now. If Trinidad Samus was there, which is not going to be there, I'd be pretty much, very excited to take a good hard look at him. Connor, would you say that he's got Ty Simpson's going to work out with the Jets, the Cardinals, the Browns, who else?
The Pittsburgh Steelers.
Oh,
yeah. The 4 teams confirmed as of now, and that's what part of that official 30 visit is. That's where they're going to bring you in, do the interview, and if they want to, more than likely they will work you out and test you out on the field.
So the Browns might have 25 quarterbacks coming in the camp. What you're trying to tell me?
They do that. Can you imagine when they do that?
It's Haslam and the Browns. Why they do a lot of things.
More with LaFleur, and of course, Manuch and I have been screaming at number 3 to draft Love, the running back out of Notre Dame. That's probably not going to happen either. But here is LaFleur on his running backs.
What I've learned about that, I used to be very stubborn about what I was looking for, and I was probably wrong looking for it. And what I've learned about that, taking all stages sizes, whenever they produce. Those guys are very smart. Those guys are very tough. They're great leaders for blocking. Obviously, Tyler not being here, but knowing about what his business was about in Atlanta. A lot of guys that I knew obviously have been on the staff that really said he's one of the coolest guys they've ever seen. And it took about 3 minutes of conversation to realize I get what they're saying. So yeah, they're similar, but they both produce. They produce it out of the same place.
So you got Connor Algier and Benson as of now.
Right.
I don't look really beyond that.
James Conner.
Let's just say Connor.
No, you said Benson. That's okay.
Connor?
Yeah.
Algier?
Yeah.
Benson.
Yeah, that's
those
it.
three.
Those 3.
That's what I said. Hanging there on the phone. So here you look at those 3-4 now.
Yeah.
Love to see Jeremiah Love. Love to see him. Because he's a difference maker. He's an impact player. But if you're going to go with those three, if there's one more or two more, just in case those guys get hurt, yeah, they do complement each other. But James Conner's getting long in the tooth. He's been banged up the last couple of years. We haven't seen the same James Conner we saw 2 years ago.
That's fair.
Altuve's serviceable.
Yeah.
Not quite the home run here. I mean, he can bust it. Hard to bring down. He's a guy that's he runs hard. He runs hard. Tackles. Breaks a lot of tackles. And then Benson, I'm still waiting to see what this young man can or can't do. Kicks out in the backfield. Wears the home run gear. So for right now, it is what it is. They may pick up somebody else maybe late in the draft that they're enamored with. Okay. But those 3-4 now are
last one then with the Cardinals coach. This one on his excitement over skill position players.
What's cool about them, again, these guys have played together now for 2 years. What I'm saying with Mark, obviously, I'll be there for 2. Unfortunate for him last year, this is some of those games. But excited that he's healthy now and ready to roll. Yeah, then you got like Kendrick Bourne, too, who's played a lot in this league. We just talked about the backs. Tip Raymond's another guy that I'm really excited about from a wide tight end standpoint, where he's playing inline and he's in the dirt. They're not short on talent. What's cool about talent, whatever, these are good dudes. Like, and they attack them, and like it's like no kidding. They're about all the right stuff. They want to win, but the way they go about their business and the way they work is something that I'm really excited about. And get started with them.
I'm tired of hearing these are good dudes. I want football players. And look, I appreciate players who are great people as well, but this Cardinal organization needs to win games, Manuch, and they have to turn this thing around in a hurry. So, good dudes, okay, fine. Show me the football player.
I think the biggest mystery for this staff is how to get Marvin Harrison Jr. on track. That's good. And to hear him talk, you got Wilson and Bourne. Okay, Wilson had a hell of a year, Bourne. And then McBride's your bell cow. But I really believe that they're really going to try to do all they can to get to this third year to see what Harrison Jr. can do. Here you are, was the third, fourth pick overall a couple of years ago, and you're going, when is this kid going to open it up? Got to pop. It seems like it's been second or third year. We haven't seen that fourth or fifth year. Not only speed-wise, but I think talent-wise, as far as what he can do, as far as being an impactful guy, or that guy that can really turn the game around. He really can. So when you look at it right now, all they got are possession guys that can catch the ball, do a good job. Where's that guy that, where's that Jerry Rice? Where's the wild guy? Exactly. So I think that with his passing game and the things that they've done, like the Rams, you looked at Devontae Adams, you looked at your guy who used to watch Cooper Kupp. Yep. They put him in positions where they could become impactful players.
Yes, they did. And look, Cooper Kupp, you guys have to remember that he was the MVP of the Super Bowl. I mean, he took it upon himself in the second half, and it was him and Matt Stafford that just tore it up in the second half and won the game.
As a matter of fact, he told Matthew Stafford, I'm here. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, let's do it. And I think it was 25 catches in a row. It was some drive.
It was something. It was nuts. It was nuts. But yes, and that's something that we have not seen. We've seen a performance from a terrific tight end. We know what we have there, but as far as the wideouts, it's still up for debate. All right, everybody, so those meetings are continuing. Well, Bob McManaman, you know him from, obviously, the Arizona Republic as a columnist and AZ Central. He's been on this show since there's been dirt on the ground, and we're going to pick his brain about what he thinks is going on over in Scottsdale right now at all the meetings. But right now, let's get you to an ESPN 620 Sports Center update.
It's now time for your Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B's ESPN 620 Sports Center update. I'm Matt Lazarus. The Arizona Diamondbacks picked up a win in their home opener last night, beating the Detroit Tigers 9-6, but the bullpen nearly let what was once an 8-run lead slip away late. They're back at it tonight at Chase Field, and the first pitch is at 6:40, with pregame coverage starting at 6, right here on ESPN 620 AM and streaming live on the Arizona Sports app. Over on our sister station, 98.7 FM, the Phoenix Suns are in Orlando to take on the Magic on the second night of a back-to-back And good news for Phoenix, Dylan Brooks is set to return tonight after missing more than a month with a fractured hand. Tip-off for that one's at 4 with pregame coverage beginning at 3. Here's your perfect national championship plan. Get to DraftKings at TPC Scottsdale early and catch us live from 1 to 4 p.m. Then don't move because the Natty kicks off right after. One great spot, one great day. We will see you there at DraftKings at TPC Scottsdale.
Now open in North Scottsdale, it's the Orangedale Lounge. ODs, right off Thompson Peak and Bell, next to Batches. Your new favorite dive bar has arrived. Cold drafts, chill vibes, always affordable prices, and the OD Mug Club, a one-of-a-kind membership you won't find anywhere else. No frills, just great people, ice-cold drinks, and a bar that feels like it's always been there. Follow at OD Scottsdale and get the scoop at OrangeDaleLounge.com. Orangedale Lounge, dive in and drink up.
Phoenix, if you need a plumber, call the team that does it the right way. Victory Plumbing Arizona. It's particular plumbing for particular people with upfront pricing before the work starts. So there's no surprises when the job's done. And here's a deal just for listeners. Tell them you heard Victory Plumbing on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, and they'll waive the service charge. For leaks, clogs, water heaters, or anything plumbing, book today at victoryplummingarizona.com. ROC number 268603.
Another Arizona storm season's rolling through. Before the next big downpour hits, call State 48 Roofing for your free roof inspection. Whether it's cracked tiles, flat roofs, or old shingles, don't wait for leaks to show up. State 48 Roofing is Arizona's #1 referred roofer, trusted for over a decade in both residential and commercial roofing. Protect your home, protect your business with State 48 Roofing. Visit state48roofing.com or call 480-268-4509 today. Mania is here, and there's only one place to catch every buzzer beater, every upset, every bracket buster. Twin Peaks. Watch all the action on wall-to-wall TVs with made-from-scratch favorites and the ultimate game day atmosphere, featuring Michelob Ultra Alternate One. Whether your bracket's still perfect or completely busted, Twin Peaks is your headquarters for the madness. Join us at any of the 5 Valley locations: Deer Valley, Phoenix, Glendale, Scottsdale, and Tempe. Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views.
Wait, everything on this IHOP value menu is just $6?
I told you it was amazing. A huge plate of pancakes, bacon, and eggs is just $6.
Wow.
There's also French toast and ham and cheese on it. And oh, they got BLT and fries now.
Okay, we're coming here every day.
You don't have to tell me these lies.
Feast for just $6 with the IHOP value menu. $7 on some locations, available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
Progressive knows you think the grass is always greener, but maybe you ride a motorcycle. But today, it's raining. So you wish you had an RV, but if you did, you'd have to listen to some of that part next to the campsite plays acoustic guitar. Now, before you start wishing you had a boat, remember, your brother-in-law will invite himself every weekend. Permission to come aboard, Captain? But one thing that is greener is the money you could save when you bundle your RV, boat, or motorcycle with your home or auto with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurance, not available in all states or situations.
Let's go inside the Cards locker room and down to the field with Bob McManaman. Bob's been covering Arizona sports for the Arizona Republic and NCCentral.com since 1981. Now, Arizona Republic columnist Bobby Mack on ESPN 620.
All right, everybody, he's in the speedo out at the pool in Scottsdale with a pina colada and a flower in his drink. It is the one, the only Bob McManaman, Arizona Republic, also AZ Central, and you can find him on X at AZ Bobby Mack. Welcome, my man, as always. What's the temperature right now by the pool?
Jacuzzi.
Yeah.
Well, not the owners we need. I told the news this in a text, but not Scottsdale, Phoenix, right?
Yeah, Bill Monk. Yeah, I figured you might have changed your mind. Yeah,
they don't let reporters get in the pool. And it's probably a good thing.
I think
I had talked to cook.
I think they'll let the reporters get in the bar. But I think they do that.
No, that has to be part. That's how you get your stories.
Is it, you've covered it, you said, for over 20 years, you're not there this year. How much do you feel about being there? Do you actually get, or that they'll open up on certain scenarios, if you will?
Yeah, that's a good chance. It's a good chance he can always get tough. And I really regret not going. And I'm curious as to why I wasn't out there. I don't know what I could. But we got the women's Final Four, and I'm dedicated to that. Okay. So, yeah, it's one of the coolest times ever, fellas. And a lot of things get done out there behind the scenes. I mean, we've already seen an enormous amount of trades in the NFL, right, this year? Yeah, more than I can ever remember. There's like 18 at least, maybe 28. I don't even know. Work gets done here like crazy. I remember all kinds of things. I was here when here and there, when Roger Goodell was named commissioner and came out with, you got a new sheriff in town. My words, not his. Sure. He laid down the law and said, from now, because there was the NFL going through some trauma with off-season, off-field incidents with NFL players, and it was really bad back in 2007. And I'll never forget it. It was like Marshall Dillon has arrived and he's not taking any prisoners. And I wrote stuff like that. He actually liked it. He told me later he liked that. President Trump. Let me step back. I'm sure Manuch knows that. Lot. But this was where, I remember seeing Al Davis in his sweatsuit with a walker, albeit, just barking out in the back of a room about something that somebody was saying, just being cantankerous. Al, and then his son, years later, getting approval to move to Las Vegas, a few years ahead of that happening, and how excited he was, being there for that, and then everything else in between, the coach's breakfast. It's like the kid gotcha place for reporters to be. Sure. Well, he covered the NFL. I don't know if you guys ever made it out there, but no, that was a wonderful experience. Plus, they feed you. You don't just get coffee. They feed you bacon and eggs and hash browns and bagels, cream cheese, and other things that I've never seen before. I even took a spoon from there once. Silver spoon. I'm not giving it back. There you go. No, you come get it from me, but I'm not giving it back. I don't know where. What was in the swag bag you get reported? Did you guys have a swag bag? Is that too? No, swag bag. You're lucky if the card is owed. So, you can't get by with art. You just got to park wherever you can. You think back over the years, it's the little things happening. If you count them on one hand or think about it, but it seems as though as of today, there will be some adjustments to the officiating if they do have replacement referees, and a couple of them are pretty much, the gist of it is back in New York, they're going to be able to help the officials of maybe if they missed the call, or they didn't get it right, or if they got it wrong. Kind of a micromanaging agreed upon today by the owners. Well, I hope it doesn't happen. I remember we had that once, and it didn't end well. You remember that? That was crazy. I think they'll get it done. They when these things happen, I mean, except for that 1 year, and I don't remember when it was, and it was a bad call. Phil Mary, Seattle, Green Bay, Packers, and Seattle. Yes. Yeah. Didn't Seattle go to the Super Bowl there? They did, yeah. They called it a touchdown. Did they win it? I believe they did, yeah. Yeah, well, that doesn't exist then. They didn't win it. Because that was a bad call. Yeah. I remember talking to one of the receivers from Green Bay who said, hey, that was bad call. Yeah. Let's not have that. Yeah, I agree. But it's unfortunate. It seems like the officials who don't, this is not their full-time job. They have other jobs, so they've got some leverage here. They don't have to have this job. But I'm like you, let's not go down the road. Why can they not acquiesce
The owners, well, it sounds like it's a whole money thing. When is it? They do hope they get knocked out, at least to get this contentiousness knocked out before the regular season, because nobody wants to see a 5-hour game if everything's going to be scrutinized on every call.
Yeah. Well, I don't think you want to see a 5-hour game again.
Facetious here.
Well, you know, you're the king of facetiousness.
Thank you. I accept that.
So would be replacement pumps. Look, I do replacement players. Manuch probably crossed the picket line.
He did. I was replacement. And you called it correct. I was a replacement player. Wasn't a scab. He was a scab. Was not a member of the bargaining unit. Was not a member of the bargaining unit. Replacement player.
No, look, a lot of guys cross the line, and I don't mean it the way it sounds, but no, I guess I do. That was bad, but it wasn't bad. We had football. And America wants football. And they want real football. That means you have to have real reps. And I don't know why. Are you sure they're not full-time reps?
Well, some of them are, some aren't, but they don't have to be full-time. Yeah, they don't have to be. It's not instigation by the league. Now, the other pro leagues have full-time officials. The NFL does not have to have full-time officials.
Yeah, well, we should change that.
I agree. Wholeheartedly.
Jimmy, you want to go become a full-time referee with me? I can't look down the field with you. You could carry me.
Jimmy takes Uber as it is everywhere, so he can get Uber on that field. I still got speed, Bobby, when I have to have it.
You got speed. Is that what gets you down the field?
Damn right. Yep, he's got 5 of them in his pocket right
You're
now.
thinking Phil.
No, I'm not doing Tiger. No, I'm not doing that.
Oh, what happened to Tiger?
Yeah. So when you take a look at everything that is going down at those meetings, is there a lot of backdoor deals? Did I hear you reference that take place? Okay. Allegedly.
They're, you know, some coaches, I've seen it, talk to other coaches about nabbing some assistants, and other people are there too that, you know, aren't, you know, front and center in front of the cameras that are there too, just to sniff around and see what's going on. But yeah, all kinds of deals happen. And it's, I've never, well, I've covered baseball meetings. Usually, you know, when Don Fair was running the union and Bud Stealing and other, that was negotiations over CBA, but I liken it to baseball winter meetings when deals get down in the shadows, and I've covered NHL and, you know, MLB, NFL. Deals get done in the shadows, sometimes alone.
Yeah.
And in the back rooms or outside on the patio. There's so many cameras and media here now. It's hard to do that. So, but they have a resort. You can go places where we're not allowed.
Right. Yeah. You're right about that. Sure.
Yeah. And then they have cool things. I mean, I read into what's going on there. There's some rule changes, guys. I'm sure you want to rip about that. I will say I love the new change of the kickoff rule. You can do, you know, your onside kicks anytime you want to now. That was a dumbass rule.
Sure was. It was the worst, Bob. That one really was. Yeah, it was. All right, pal. We're going to let you run, and we will talk to you again next week. There will be no pool party. No pool party next week, okay?
Well, it might be nice to go in the pool.
That's easy, Bobby Mack. Bobby Mack, buddy. He is the Columnist, Arizona Republic, and of course, AZ Central. You can find him on X, AZ Bobby Mack. He's presented by All City Towing. It's the state's largest towing company, and if you're stranded or you need professional transport, All City Towing has the experience to get the job done, and they get it done right.
They're available 24/7. By the way, if you're looking for a new gig, check out All City Towing. They're looking for drivers and dispatchers right now to join their winning team. All you have to do is just go online, allcitytowing.com, and search careers. Again, that's allcitytowing.com and search careers. When we come back, we will get you up to speed on what's on tap. We'll have our State 48 roofing. It's the call question of the day, and our Learn and Roll one call. That's all. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, ESPN 620.
Let me remind you, Thursdays are where the weekend starts at Twin Peaks Restaurant. Grab an ice cold Bud Light or a refreshing Michelob Ultra and catch wall-to-wall sports on massive TVs everywhere you look. Big games, cold beer, made from scratch food. Start your weekend early with Bud Light and Michelob Ultra. Thursdays at Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, and scenic views. When tragedy strikes, the impact is immediate and devastating. That's when the 100 Club of Arizona steps in, providing financial assistance, guidance, and emotional support to the families of public safety officers injured or killed in the line of duty. They also invest in mental health resources, injury prevention, and scholarships for the children of first responders. Every day, Arizona's public safety professionals put their lives on the line. The 100 Club of Arizona has their back. Learn more at 100club.org.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I was in a wreck. I need a change.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Take running once and cut it off. Don't let the insurance company get you again with a low call. Call an experienced attorney knows how to fight and win. Call Florida Road today. 977-1900.
Game on Peoria. When it's time to eat big, drink cold, and watch every play, make it Big's American Bar and Grill in the P83 district. Big's is serving up huge portions of your favorites. Burgers, wings, nachos, plus a full bar and TVs everywhere you look. And don't miss happy hour Monday through Thursday, 3 to 6:30 p.m. with $10 off all drinks and $2 off domestic drafts, plus daily specials all week long. Bring your friends, grab a seat on the patio, and settle in for the game. Big's American Bar and Grill, where Peoria comes to play, eat, and watch.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No peering two phones, no clunky landline. Just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together, like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation, so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
It's the Lerner and Rowe one call, that's all call of the day. If you're looking for a full-service law firm, just make one call, that's all. 602-977-1900. Lerner and Rowe, voted Arizona's best law firm.
I assume they must have just thought, oh, so long as we're below that top bar, it'll be fine. But I guess it didn't occur to them how important it is to be able to see through those rails and see everything down on the field. It didn't sound to me like there was a major rapport from the people outside of the first couple of rows. But, I don't know exactly what the team's been hearing from season ticket holders and other people today. Whether the feedback is going to be so negative that they're going to have to, move those boards or take them down, we'll see. But I mean, boy, it's just an unforced error, just an embarrassing situation.
That was earlier on the show. Nick Piecoro, Arizona Republic. He covers the D-backs on an everyday basis. The ribbon board fiasco. That's essentially where we are right now. Matt Lazarus is standing by. What'd you find out, Matt?
So our caller who wanted to get on the show earlier, we unfortunately didn't get him out. That was Rod Smith. He texted Rock. He said, I sat in 324 row 2 on opening day. From this section on third base side, the boards are a non-issue. I could see the entire field. I needed to stand to see the Luke Air Force pilots from flyover. Recognized from on top of home dugout that was not visible while seated. The board's obstruction is through the steel cables and plexiglass, like Piecoro said, but below the top of the section wall, not the primary view. If row 1 commanded a premium price, I could see it being reduced or eliminated, but that's it. Maybe it's a bigger issue from the press box or behind home plate, but third base, it's no big deal. I called the show to discuss, but we had a scheduled guest. And he's had tickets for 22 years, and he said he's attended every home opener, and most games since 1998. But now that he's retired and leaving, he says it's not a big deal, but if it was more of a premium seat, he would have complained.
Say second row.
Yeah, second row.
So we have already come from
You think that is such a big difference? I'm telling you, that is like 3-inch difference, maybe.
Well, I think from some of the photos we've seen, and some of the people that have talked about it, it was an issue for him. Matter of fact, and even Derek Hall coming, let me say the quote from Derek Hall. We are well aware the view has changed for ticket holders in the first round are also not happy about it. Said D-back CEO Derek Hall said, we are working closely with them to relocate to an acceptable location. For some fans, the stage may be a partially obstructed view, but I clearly understand that previously were not, and apologize. We had a similar situation a few years ago in the suite level when the first built its ribbon. So those that said there was an issue for them, for the second row. So that's Derek Hall coming from that.
Yeah, interesting. Hey, that is our Lunar and Gold one call. That's all. Interact, need a check? Just go Lunar and Gold. 602-977-1900. All right, let's get you to What's on Tap. It's presented by Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. It's Bud Light, official partner of our radio program and March Mania coverage, which is going on right now. All right, on tap this evening, coming up in just about 10 minutes, it's going to be Suns basketball. You'll be able to hear it right here, ESPN 620. They are in Orlando, matched up against the Orlando Magic tonight. And then over on the mothership, 98.7, it is baseball. Diamondbacks hosting the Detroit Tigers. First pitch around 6:40. State 48 Roofing, it's your call question of the day. Call State 48 Roofing today. Free roof inspection before leaks hit. Keep your roof sexy. With State 48 Roofing, it's the state's #1 referred roofer. Just go to state48roofing.com or 480-268-4509 to get them on the telephone.
Here's the State 48 question. It's your call question of the day. Just go to Roc and Manuch on X or Roc and Manuch on Instagram. What are realistic scoring expectations for Dylan Brooks' return to the Suns lineup versus the Orlando Magic tonight? Now, his 2026 average is 20.9 points per game. Is it 1, 5 to 10 points? Number 2, 10 to 15 points. Number 3, 15 to 20 points. Or number 4, over 21 points. Again, just go to Roc and Manuch on X and Roc and Manuch on Instagram. Jimmy, which way did you lean on this one?
I went to the 10 to 15 in that, because I don't know if there's going to be a minutes restriction on him yet or not. So I went 10-15.
That's why I went 10 to 15. Connor, which way did the folks go on this one?
It looks like, as of right now, majority of the folks agree with you guys. 56% said 10 to 15 points. 33% said that he would have 15 to 20 points. And then there was 11% who said that he'd be somewhere from 5 to 10. Nobody thinks that he's going over 20 minutes.
Right. Yeah. Well, I think because of a possible minutes restriction. Remember, he's got to get his conditioning back too, as well.
Well, I think that's part of it. I mean, you think of some of the guys that came back and it took. I mean, you think of Jalen Green, how long it took him to kind of get back in the flow.
That's a good point.
And they did say he was out so long that it took a good 3 weeks. It looks like Green is in basketball shape now.
I agree.
And Brooks was there. He's had about the 4 to 5 week timeout. So just, I think from that standpoint, just getting his win back, his shots back. So I think 10 to 15 would be roughly where he ends on this one.
All right. What do we got on the show tomorrow,
because it's going to be dynamite.
Yeah, Manana will be back here in the studio. We got Tim Kempton, the radio analyst for your Phoenix Suns. Little campus quickies as we get ASU, U of A, and get a little spring football update on NAU. By the way, very interesting. When you think of Randy Bennett, so Hunter B will be on as far as when the actual presser is going to be.
Okay.
And then since we'll be out of here Thursday early, we'll catch up with Howard Balzer in the 3 o'clock hour as well.
I like it. It's going to be a power-packed program. Thank you to Roc from Mesa for calling into the show today. We're glad we got him through the program. Yeah, we got him upset, which is